Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and white stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Christian Jaquez. I'm super honored and excited to be here and do the anthem for y'all. This is real cool, man.
Now, you have a phenomenal voice.
Oh, thank you.
Proved it for when we did the Golden Gloves, the state tournament, and man, you had the area. It was rowdy, man. Phenomenal voice.
Thank you.
Let's go back to that moment. How did that all fall on you doing the national anthem?
It was very spontaneous. So my late grandfather, Ed Apodaca, was really involved in the boxing community in his lifetime.
Okay.
He passed away when I was 5, you know, so I got to know him for a little while, but I didn't get to know what he did and what his legacy was like, but I was always told stories.
Yeah.
So come this last year, I think it was a couple months ago, I think it was someone on the committee, but they were trying to get a hold of my mom and let her know that he was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame as an officiant.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. I didn't know how involved my grandfather was in that. But it was just cool to come up with the family. We had family come from out of state. We had we had people from Vegas, we had people from Denver, us from Pueblo. We were like 35 people deep up here.
you guys were.
Yeah, bro. We were all deep. It was really cool, you know. And it was cool to see my grandfather get his flowers. God rest his soul. And in the process, my mom is one of my biggest supporters, and I'm a professional musician for a living. So I play music full time. And last year was the first year that I just did that. I've done a lot of jobs. I've worked retail. I've been an independent contractor, worked in sales, and did music on the side. But it wasn't until like last year, 2025, where that's all I did.
Okay.
You know, so I stayed pretty busy doing that: weddings, private parties, graduation parties, all the stuff. So my mom is always looking for an opportunity to, just for whatever, anything. And she was asking him, I think it was Paul Kelly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I guess they were talking. It was either Paul or Raul, but she's like, do you guys have someone to sing the anthem? They're like, well, we do, but do you know someone? And she's like, yeah, actually my son. So my mom calls me over, and then she's like, hey, I need you to bring your guitar. I'm like, why? So I bring it, and conveniently enough, I had it in my car. We had a rehearsal the night before, and I didn't get it down. So I was like, all right, cool. So I just stopped by after the gym and she's like, hey, do you have a video of you playing the national anthem? So I had this clip from when I did it in my church as a guest singer last year. I did the 4th of July sermon. So I did a worship song, and I matched that up with God Bless the USA and then the Star Spangled Banner. So I clipped it to that part. She's like, I love that, but can you just do that for us real quick so I could send them something? I was like, sure. So I ended up doing it, and, I guess... Paul interrupted the board meeting. He's like, hey, you guys got to hear this. So, and I was like, that wasn't even my best rendition, but no, it was really cool. So it was a spontaneous thing. I didn't know how it was going to go. And I was like, well, do I need to bring my guitar? She's like, yep, just like how you did it.
There you go.
All right, cool. And yeah, since then, I mean, just getting to see how amazing this boxing community is, how supportive they are of one another, how much love and respect is in this room.
Yeah.
It's not something that you see in everyday life, but it's something that you see with people who have familiar goals, struggles, trials as you. And I think there's something to be said about that, because there's a lot of humility with it. Yeah, man. So, I mean, I'm very honored. I thought it was very cool. Very cool to be up here.
It was very awesome, man. You absolutely just killed that anthem. You did so phenomenal. We have a other artist. Her name is Mayra. She sings our national anthem, and she's phenomenal at it. Yeah. And so to find someone that could come out, because the national anthem is not an easy song. It is not an easy rendition to do. Mm-hmm. And so when we had someone like, all right, this guy's going to come out, he's going to sing it, it's very hard to find a singer that does it, and you get goosebumps. And you definitely,
thank you,
sir, you gave everybody goosebumps. I could see everybody's looking down at the arms like, yo, look at my arm. You know what I mean? So when that happens, you found something great.
Oh, man, thank you.
So for anybody that wants to get a hold of you to do an event, how do they do that?
So they can either reach out. There's a few different ways to get a hold of me. So my name is Christian Jaquez. My last name is spelled Jaquez. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can find me there. My music page is there. You can find me on Instagram under Christian_Jaquez75. You could also reach out to me at christianjaquezmusic@gmail.com, or you can call or text my cell phone, which is 719-214-1066.
There you go. So you found music was your passion. How did you decide, this is what I want to do?
It's so crazy because I was having a conversation with a gentleman out in the parking lot when I was pulling up. We were just talking about music because he kind of asked me the same thing. And I started playing guitar when I was 11. I just turned 29, so I've been doing it for 18 years, and I was self-taught. My dad taught me some of the licks that he knew, but then from there, I grew up when YouTube was up and coming. Yeah. So tutorial videos like crazy and just trying to find new ways to get better. And one thing I love about my support system is this is something that you find with people who put limitations on themselves. They put a roof on themselves. Is likely other people showed them that there's a roof there to begin with because they project that onto them. Yeah. My parents and my family never did that. I was 11 years old, and I told my parents, hey, my talent show's coming up in March or April, and I'm going to play Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. And,
there you go.
And my parents are like, they never once said anything discouraging. They're just like, okay, mijo, you go do that. And sure enough, I guess my parents didn't see me because I was always practicing. I always had my headphones in, and I was just spending hours in front of the computer more than I was my schoolwork. So, but it was cool. So I did that. I played in various jazz bands and stuff, and I actually almost quit music at the end of my freshman year. Really? I wanted to focus more on football. I came from a really high-performing middle school group, which, we were really good. Yeah. And I went to a band program that was starting from the bottom. Yeah. And I just I didn't really love it anymore, and I couldn't really sing at the time. I was more of a guitar player, but I could always match pitch. Yeah. Just so you guys know, if you ever learn how to play an instrument, you're already at an advantage to learn how to sing too. Yeah, pick up an instrument if you want to learn how to sing. And it was crazy. So I was getting ready to quit. My mom was very upset. She was just mad. And then it was my choir director. This is before I was even in choir. But I was playing in the practice rooms at my high school, my freshman year. He comes in, he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm all scared. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be here." He's like, "No, why the hell aren't you in my choir?" And I was like, "I don't sing." And he's like, "No, I need you to come audition." And in my head, I'm like, "Dude, you're so full of crap." Like, and yeah, he ended up getting me in there. And then from there, as time went on, I just continued to evolve. I did all the honor choirs. I actually made the prestigious All-State Honor Choir, went for 2 years in a row, and it was only like my second year singing when I did that. But thousands of kids audition every single year to get into that, and there's only maybe 400 to 500 that get in.
Wow.
So it's not just like
very competitive.
Yes, it's not just how well you can sing. It's like how well can you sight read? What are your music skills like? Can you read intervals? That music theory and stuff comes into it too.
Yeah.
So I had that background. And then I went to college. I originally was a music major. I found out that college wasn't for me. And to kind of fast forward and condense the story a little bit, I was working a retail job. I was doing music on the side. I got approached to be an independent sales contractor. So then I got a taste of making my own schedule. So I was in the solar industry for about 5 years. And that is where I learned how to communicate with people. They say that 1 year in door-to-door sales is equivalent to 4 years of communication experience with a mass communications bachelor degree.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did that for 5 years.
Wow.
So it was very good. It helped me out. I was still doing music on the side. I had a little bit of a rough exit from the industry itself, and I didn't really know what was next. I contemplated real estate. I contemplated the mortgage industry. I contemplated cybersecurity. I was kind of just all over the place.
Yeah.
But the constant was always music. I had people that were constantly booking me. I played my first wedding at 17.
Wow.
And I've always just been a solo act. But, fast forward a couple of years later, halfway through 2024, music was all I did. And I was like, I'm going to get another job this year and still do music on the side, something that's flexible. And I just believe, God kind of kept me from getting in my own way.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Last year, I ended up doing 159 bookings as a solo performer.
Wow.
It was very, very busy. And there were a lot of people that supported me, that have continued to support me throughout the years. Some of these people have been watching me play since I was 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And, now I'm a full-time musician. This is actually my weekend off. This is the only music event I have going on this weekend. But from next weekend all the way to the end of May, I have 27 bookings.
Wow.
Yeah, it is insane. And
well, that's good, though. That means that you're doing your job and you're doing it good.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's very, very awesome. Congratulations on all that.
Thank you, brother. It's been cool. Now I'm not just a solo act anymore, because that's what I would do. I would just play solo shows, but now I have the solo music career. I have a duo thing with my buddy that we do. We have this really niche music item, which we'll talk about in the future. I have a full band. We just had our debut show last week, which was awesome. And then I'm also a worship leader at my church as well.
Very awesome, man.
Yeah, so the Lord has been good to me, man. The Lord has blessed me in many ways, and this just is another one. I get to have amazing conversations with wonderful people like you.
I appreciate that. Well, it seems like as hard as you try to walk away from it, it's always going to find its way back to you, brother.
They say you can try everything that you need to, but you can't interrupt God's plan for you, and you just have to surrender. Just let it be what it is.
Yep. So. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for making the time to come out here. Like I said, awesome rendition of the National Anthem.
Oh, thank you.
I look forward to seeing you do it again today.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.